Welcome to Shiver Cove, Part 1 Tamyra, by T.J. Shores. Chapter 2. Tamyra smelled the cigarette smoke a second before she laid eyes on the three girls. They sat on a bench with empty bottles at their feet. Knowing these girls, they probably spent all night drinking. She stumbled and all three girls burst out laughing. She sought to find her footing while keeping her grip on the makeshift dress. "Nice fashion statement, Tammy," spat the school bully, Vicky Burton. She hated being called Tammy, and the ensuing laughter reminded Tamyra of hyenas. The two smaller girls mirrored their leader, pointing at Tamyra. Could her morning get any worse? No doubt the whole school would hear about this. She wanted to run, but feared a chase would incite them to become violent. "Stopping to give us a fashion show? Hey, you can be the envy of bag ladies everywhere." More hysterical laughter. "Look, it's an outfit that doubles as a garbage bag." "Hey, it's already full of trash." Strange, Vicky's dirty blonde, grease-matted hair didn't bounce around at all when she laughed. As Vicky licked her lips, an image of the big slug from Star Wars made her feel better for a second. "Yep, you're trailer trash. Your daddy ran out just like all the other trailer trash." Expecting more insults about the leaf bag, the words hurt as much as a slap in the face. Her dad just had to be the principal at her school when he packed up and left. Even though the mean girls had no clue Tamyra's secret had caused him to flee, Vicky struck a nerve bringing up Dad. Tamyra bit her lip to stop her chin's involuntary quivering. "All our parents are divorced, Vicky," Kate said. "Yeah, and all our dads still want to see us." Trailer Trash's daddy just up and left, never to be heard from again. Unable to bear another insult, Tamyra launched herself into a run. Her left foot came down hard on something sharp and the pain shot up her leg, halting her dash immediately. She almost tripped attempting to lift her injured foot. She stood with her back to the girls, but she could sense they rose and moved towards her. As she brought her foot up, in an awkward pose over her knee, a quarter-sized chunk of bloodied glass fell to the ground. A few drips of blood rolled down her foot and off her toes. Her eyes followed as red rained to the pavement. Tamyra snapped her attention back to Vicky and the ghouls. They were closing the gap quickly, and it terrified her. Any of them could try to pull the flimsy bag away. She couldn't allow them to get close. She put her heel on the ground and tried to run. Coming down on the one heel, instead of her whole foot, made her gait awkward and jerky, impossible to generate any type of speed. "Guys, she's bleeding. Maybe we should leave her alone." "And miss an opportunity like this?" No, girls, we should help her." "Yeah, trailer trash. Come here, we'll help you." Tamyra hobbled along as fast as she could, somehow managing to stay ahead of them. She didn't believe Vicky and her friends had any intentions of helping her. "Trailer trash, I'm talking to you. Don't try to run away. It's rude." "Yeah, Vicky's talking to you. Look at all the blood. She's really hurt. Come on, let's have another smoke. Are you gay or something, Jill? Sticking up for trailer trash here because you have a thing for her?" "It's not like that. Just, well, she's bleeding bad. Who cares? If she wasn't running around with no clothes on, her foot would be fine right now. So, trailer trash, where's your clothes?" Tamyra's tormentors seemed content to lag behind her, a small blessing. She knew her tears would only fuel their insults if they could see her face. She hated being unable to stop crying. Maybe she lost them working the boys at the trailer park. Isn't that what her mom does? Vicky and the ghouls laughed again. They knew her mom worked as a psychologist. Despite not making sense, the insults still upset her. Almost to the path leading onto her street, she couldn't get there fast enough. Tamyra wished she had the nerve to stand up to their bullying. Understanding she wouldn't, she put her energy into hobbling faster. Yep, trailer trash mother-daughter team doing the trailer park. And they're so bad they end up having to pay their Johns back with everything they've got. including the shirts off their backs. She no longer cared that tears rolled freely down her cheeks as she emerged onto her street. Between the musty stench of the bag, the insults, and the throbbing pain in her foot, she didn't think she'd make it past the 3 houses she had to. Tamyra? What's going on? Baby, are you all right? The second her mother spoke, the laughter died behind her, and she heard the bullies slinking off. Mom, help me. Before the words left her lips, Karen Costa closed the gap between them. Tamyra slumped into her mother's arms, momentarily forgetting her pain. Sobs racked her body. Her mother spoke to her and rubbed her shoulders while guiding her home. Once inside their house, her mother gently led her towards the couch, passed by it, and pulled out a dining room chair for her. As Tamyra sat down, a whoosh of moldy air met her nostrils, and she understood why her mother didn't seat her on the couch. What happened? Her mother's gaze fell to Tamyra's foot. Baby, why don't you take that filthy thing off and wrap up in the couch blanket? I'll get some peroxide and bandages for your foot. Tamyra peeled off the paper sack, vaguely aware as she moved. She stopped herself from flopping down on the couch and removed the blanket from the back of it. She seated herself back on the chair. Her mother returned with full hands and bent down to look at her bloody foot. You don't need to do that, Mom. I can feel it. It's already healed. So weird. Not like when you were little and I used to patch you up, her mom said with a sigh. Okay. We both know the story of you being chased home in a leaf bag starts with you being a werewolf growing into your new abilities. How about instead of every outing ending like this, you agree maybe moving to your Aunt Kiki's is a good idea? Ending like what, Mom? Quite frequently with you outside naked, and of course with crying. I don't always end up crying. There was that one time. Oh, honey. I know you don't want to leave your friends behind. It's my senior years. I know starting over is hard. Hard? I've been here my whole life. Once the wolf genes showed, you knew things were going to be different. Great. So not only do I get to be a full moon freak, but now I get to be a friendless full moon freak. There are other kids in Shiver Cove. Yeah, and you can make new friends. Tamyra fought to not allow sorrow to overcome her again. She knew her mom was right. Things would be so much better to have secluded woods to roam and no worries of being caught. Please think about it. Your Aunt Kiki owns an entire forest. No more waking up in neighbors' yards and wondering if you've eaten their cherished pets. I know your friends mean a lot to you and how hard making new friends can be. As shy as you are, you're still convinced leaving the city was the best thing Aunt Kiki did at my age. Yes, I am. And you wouldn't be going to live with strangers like she did. I can't guide you the way your aunt can. Genetics are a funny thing, skipping me and then branding wolf on you. I'm so sorry this has been passed to you through our family. I'm sure your Aunt Kiki's first-hand insight will help better than I can. For the first time it occurred to Tamyra, her mother would also be leaving behind friends. Mom, you'd give it all up for me? Your job, your friends, this house? Without a second thought, it really helped your sister that much? You know my thoughts on this. Please, just think about moving to Shiver Cove.